Hello, this is Claude, and today I'm doing an unboxing and a quick review of the webcam Logitech Brio Ultra HD Pro. Basically, in today's environment, webcams are very difficult to purchase, to acquire. Today is June 28th, 2020. And basically, I've ordered some Logitech C922s from China like 2 months ago. Still no webcams in sight. So this is why I was very lucky today. Looking at some of the retailers in Canada, only one. I had the one camera in stock, and I was able to go get it. So this review and unboxing is of a product that I purchased myself. All right. Currently, I'm shooting because I'm gonna do the one and after camera. Right now I'm shooting with Sony A7 III with the Sigma 70 28 to 70 lens, and after that I'm gonna put the camera and I'm gonna show the image before and after. All right. So before I start the unboxing, I will do the I will do go over the specifications if I can manage my hardware. Good enough. There you go. I'm down. Let's go see the website. So that's a $200 camera, US, $249 Canadian. Let's go straight to the specifications. What this camera does is on the technical specification for the video. It does a 4K at 30 frames per second. That's pretty decent for a webcam. That's actually very good. It does 1080 full HD. I'm recording right now in 1080 at 60 frames per second. So this camera does 1080p at 30 or 60 frames per second. Very good. 720, 1280. Well, that's at 30, 60, or 90 frames per second. That's really good. USB and all that good stuff. One of the things that I like is that it's got the digital zoom. So it's got some zoom, it's got the autofocus, the right light, the whatever that does. Their microphones are always very good in Logitech. I've got the C920. I've got multiple 1080. The version before I think was the 9200, something like that. I got one right here in front of me. That is, I know that their microphones are already very good. I just want to talk about the video specifications. One thing that I kind of like as well, and I haven't used it yet because when I do my green screen, it's literally with the hardware solution. I've got a Blackmagic Atom Mini. I've got a green screen behind me. I never use software because it brings a lot of artifacts. But this one says it comes with compatible with Chroma Cam for Windows. I do have Chroma Cam, and Chroma Cam is just like any webcam in the Microsoft Teams. It does a lot of artifacts. I purchased Chroma Cam myself many years ago, so it still does the artifacts when you move around, which my hardware solution doesn't really do. It's of better quality. When it comes to the unboxing itself, the camera comes already mounted with the base. It comes as well with a sturdy USB-C cable, which actually feels quite quality. It feels pretty good. It comes with a useless carrying pouch. It's a webcam. If you're going to travel left and right, you're going to have a laptop with the built-in webcam. So the pouch is useless, but it's there. You also have a little privacy cover, which is very useful. So you don't have to put the legendary post-it in front of your camera, of your webcam. So that's pretty good. So that's a welcome addition. And when it comes to after that, the construction itself of the camera, the body's fairly heavy. I like it a lot, and that's probably one of my favorite features of the camera. It comes with a 1/4 20 mounting screw under the camera, in the bottom part of the camera, and I would have really liked if they could have put one on top of the camera. Because sometimes, depending on what you do with it, you can put it, connected from the top. Understand software, you can do a flip, horizontal or vertical, and you can address that by doing this. But you know what? I like to have both sides. It's not that much more money, and there's room for it, so they could have done that. But anyway, it's got the 1/4 20 in the bottom, and it is actually the screw hole is the screw set seems to be made out of plastic. All right. So and one thing that is clearly made of plastic is the mounting base as well is made out of plastic. It's got a little hinge to it. So when you will want to remove that base, and I will give you a pro tip on this one. If you want to remove the base and connect the camera to a tripod, the base, you do not unscrew it. There's no screwing action or screwing. It's basically on the cylinder of the mounting base. It's got two wings, left and right. All right, on each side, it's like just a linear wing that extrudes on each side of the cylinder, and it just snaps into place, and you snap it out of place. All right, so there's no screwing action. Don't try to pry the base off, you will break it. The way you do it is you grab the whole bottom mounting, and then you try to you rock it left and right in a linear motion. There's no rotation there. Left and right in a linear motion while you pull out, and then it will snap out. All right, like I said, the 1/4 to 20 screw set and the mounting screw on the base is all plastic. Eventually that will break. It will break. So this is a highly probable failure component. So be aware when you remove it. You have to be, if you don't have to remove it, just don't. All right, so I wanted to talk about that as well. So that's basically it for the construction. Sturdy camera. I do not like the mounting base itself. And on the Logitech C920 and similar series, the mounting screw was on the base itself, and also was metallic. So I really like that. So when it comes to the software, one thing that I like is it's got plenty of options to control the camera. And it's also what I also completely dislike about this is that if you are a gamer and you've got the Logitech, gaming mice or keyboards, you will already have the G-Hub installed, so the G-Hub will recognize this. You can also download the Logitech or the Logi Capture software in the download section for this camera. It tells you to download it. And you also have the Logitech camera settings software. So basically you got 3 software from Logitech that will control the camera. So what controls what features where? It would have been much easier if it would be just one software that does it all. So this is the part that I really don't like. So when you want to switch, for example, 1080p, you want to go from 30 to 60 frames per second. Which software is it? And I struggle with it. All right. So I do not like that. You can do whatever you want, but it's just hard to find what it is that you want. And also is if you have 2 of them open at the same time, the G-Hub is always in the background. If you have another one, is one prevailing over the other one, and it's not very intuitive, so I don't like that part. All right, so when it comes to the image quality per se, I will say it right up front, I'm not impressed. I'm not at all. I actually think that the image quality is worse than my C920. In Teams and Skype, it's decent. I will say it's okay. All right, my C920 is performing equally good, if not, I think better. Regardless if I play with the 1080p and then do a 60 frames or 30 frames, it's kind of sketchy. It's not that good. When it comes to Logitech capture software, I have seen in my camera clearly some flickering at 60 hertz, and I'm in North America, it should be at 60 hertz. I tried at 50, didn't really make a difference, so there's clearly some flickering there. On the OBS software, especially if you have a background and all of this with a still image, it's not that good. So you put a filter for a green screen, it's really not that good. I thought it would have less artifacts than my previous cameras or webcams. And I think that the artifacts that it does, when you move a little bit with the green screen, the chroma key, there's always a little greenish and on the edges, and then sometimes there's a chair behind. And I think that the artifacting on this, I just invented the artifacting, the artifacts are worse with this camera than with my previous version, especially the C922. All right, so that, or my C920. So I'm not that impressed with the image quality, I will say that. So my conclusion is that for a $200 US camera, webcam, or $250 Canadian, en français, s'il vous plaît, 250 pièces. So I think that the video quality and the feature themselves are not that much better than just the C920 or C922. And I think that unless you really need to do 4K, I would completely pass over this camera. I don't think it's worth the price difference. It's about $100 more. It's not worth it. So that is my conclusion right now, and clearly I will not be able to replace my Sony A7 III, while we're still working mainly from home. So I will stick to that. And I've got multiple desktops, so I needed another webcam regardless. So hey, there it is. So that's my conclusion. All right, unless you need 4K, stick to the previous generations of Logitech cameras. So I hope that I'm helping people with their purchasing decision. And if you appreciate what I'm doing, please put a like on the video. It gives me an indication of if the content is appreciated. And also consider subscribing to my channel. All right. Thanks for watching, and see you at the next video. Ciao.